A family is still waiting for answers as 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie remains missing despite days of searching, multiple ransom notes, and newly released photos of the suspect. Nancy Guthrie is the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. In the latest development, a person of interest who had been detained in connection with the case was released overnight Wednesday with no charges being filed. For a brief moment, it looked like this case might have been breaking open. So where does the investigation stand now? This is what we know so far. Nancy Guthrie has been missing since February 1st. The night before, she had dinner at her daughter Annie Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona, and was dropped off at her home around 9:45 p.m. with her garage door closing around 9:50 p.m. Guthrie's doorbell camera was disconnected around 1:47 a.m. with surveillance camera software detecting movement about 25 minutes later. None of the footage was immediately recovered because Guthrie did not have an active subscription and the doorbell's camera was disconnected early Sunday. At 2:28 a.m., Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from the app on her phone. More than 9 hours later, her family realizes she's missing. Guthrie usually watches a virtual church service with friends, but when she did not show up on Sunday, friends contacted her family. 911 was called at 12:03 p.m., with the Pima County Sheriff's Department arriving around 12:15 p.m. Law enforcement found blood on Guthrie's front porch, which was later confirmed as hers. At first, this looked like a missing persons case, but then it became clear that officials were looking at evidence that suggests she might have been taken.
We saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we process that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime.
On the third day of her being reported missing, several media outlets reported receiving ransom letters that demanded millions of dollars in Bitcoin in return for Guthrie. By Wednesday evening, Guthrie's children, Savannah, Annie, and Cameron, posted an emotional video asking for their mother to come home.
Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you. Our mom is our heart and our home. Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again.
The next day, the FBI announced a $50,000 reward for any information regarding Guthrie's disappearance. Guthrie's son posted a video on social media at the time of the first deadline given in one of the ransom notes, asking for a way to communicate with his mother's alleged captor.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
Another ransom note was sent to a local news station, KOLD, this time with no deadline, but it did include sensitive information. Guthrie's children again took to social media, marking 1 week of their mother's disappearance, telling her possible captor that they would pay for the return of their mother.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
One of the ransom notes sent to local news station KGUN allegedly demanded $6 million and threatened Guthrie's life if the money was not paid by February 9th at 5 p.m. Hours before the deadline, Savannah posted another video to social media, now asking for the public's help.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The deadline passed, and it's unclear if the notes were authentic. 10 days after Guthrie went missing, the FBI director, Kash Patel, released new images and videos recovered by the doorbell camera at Guthrie's house. The video and photos show a person wearing a backpack, long sleeves and pants, walking up to the door and attempting to conceal the camera with a glove. This person then turns and grabs some plants and places them in front of the camera. Another video shows the individual walking with their head tilted down when entering the home's archway. Patel said the video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems.
They went out and got search warrants, they cooperated with Google, everybody was working together. They were able to recover some of the information and data that was on the camera. And from what I've heard lately, this guy breaking the camera may have caused all this, because from what I understand on these Nest cameras, once it breaks, it freezes. So it's not overwriting itself because Nancy Guthrie didn't have a subscription. So I thought it was just remarkable to be able to recover with this level of clarity, this video, because this could be a huge development. It is a huge development in this case.
Later that day, Pima County Sheriff's Department announced that it detained a person of interest after pulling them over for a traffic stop in Rio Rico, about 60 miles from Tucson. The person was released a few hours later and not charged with anything. The man, Carlos Palazuelos, identified himself as the one detained by police, saying that he works as a delivery driver in Tucson and was detained after a traffic stop. Palazuelos said that his wife was driving and pulled over because the police were following them. After being released, he told reporters outside his home in Rio Rico that he was innocent and that law enforcement held him against his will, saying that he had never even heard of the alleged kidnapping of Guthrie.
Do you feel you're owed an apology?
Yeah, something I didn't do, yeah. Especially the way they acted. I mean, I know it's their job to do what they're doing, but to an innocent man, wow. And they didn't even, I think they don't even have evidence against me, so I don't even know how they got to me.
Officials searched the vehicle and the home of the person of interest, with authorities saying the search of the property was over around 1 a.m. local time, with the investigation still ongoing with several hundred detectives and agents on the case. This was the first property that was searched so far that did not belong to Guthrie or her daughter Annie. While on Hannity, FBI Director Kash Patel said officials are looking into multiple persons of interest in the search for Guthrie. On the same day, a small amount of money was transferred to the Bitcoin wallet that was put in an initial ransom note, with the transaction being around $152. Authorities say the search is ongoing and active, with the FBI conducting a fresh search of Guthrie's neighborhood. For now, the focus remains on finding Nancy and providing answers to her family. If you have any information about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, contact the FBI tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI or visit tips.fbi.gov. The National News Desk will continue to follow this case closely and provide confirmed updates as they become available.